Hey, this is Pamela Schneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and this is the Produce Reporter Week in Review. I'm on location this week at the Southeast Produce Council's Southern Innovations. We're just getting started with the programming for this, which is a little bit of a quicker show than the Southern Exposure. We had the Southern Roots reception, a really thoughtful exercise with Danelle Makialmi and Megan Zwig from DMA Solutions, talking about reaching your full potential through understanding more about yourself. It was a lot. It was draining, but also energizing and hard to describe.
So straight to the top of Maslow's pyramid.
Straight to the top of your inner self, and I think, surprising no one, I am an enthusiast on the Enneagram scale, so no surprises there. And sitting with my fellow enthusiasts, we discovered that when you're alike in personality, you have a lot of things in common.
Yeah, well, so you're gonna hear more about some inflation and statistics and stuff like that tomorrow, right?
Inflation statistics, and then also Anna Marie told me that she's got some information about plant-based in her most recent study, how it may not be the friend the produce industry needs it to be.
Oh, I seem to have written a column about that this week. Beyond Meat. You couldn't help but see the stories coming out Monday about the COO of Beyond Meat getting arrested for biting a nose of a fellow football fan at University of Arkansas. On top of that, the Wall Street Journal had some pretty good coverage about dropping stock prices and dropping demand and questioning who their audience truly is. I've never been totally sure if they're friend or foe to the produce industry, because they are not produce.
They are not produce, they are plant-based. I mean, I feel like having it as an option is not a debate. I mean, sure, it's a great to offer it as an option to some people, but then as the news release came out this week and Taco Bell decided to have Beyond Meat's Carne Asada when they can't even bring back the Mexican pizza, which sold out in 10 days, I really feel like they're filling a niche that perhaps isn't well developed enough for the amount of attention they get. And unfortunately, the attention they're getting this week is not exactly positive.
No, it's not. And ultimately, you have to give consumers and your customers what they want, because if you don't, they won't buy it. And that's been a big problem with Beyond Meat and all of these meat analogs. People aren't buying them.
Right. And, we're not going to debate the science of what's better for you or not, but the, bottom line is we all know that plants are the better choice, actual fruits and vegetables. And that's what we're here to talk about this week at Southeast Produce Council. We also had a lot of news releases this week, a lot of growth, and I'm excited to walk the floor and see what kind of developments there are here from vertical farms, indoor farms, and a year ago, 2 years ago, just money going into vertical farms, and we're like, but are we seeing market development? And I feel like we're starting to see more of them get into more markets, talking about deals with retailers. We've got plenty in Bristol Farms. And then we also had plenty talking about having the world's largest controlled atmosphere campus with Driscoll's. They're actually going into commercial instead of just pilot testing. A lot of news with indoor farming this week.
Yeah, we've been saying for the past couple of years, there's speculation is just that, but once they get into markets and get into stores and into places where consumers can buy it and compare it, quality, price, availability, to what's out there, whether organic or conventional, that's when they can really prove and earn their place in the market. Kind of along those lines, there was a news release this week that I'm hoping to do some interviews with people involved in the next few days. A vertical farming manifesto with more than 20 global vertical farms, including a lot of the ones that we cover, just kind of establishing what their standards are going to be and their goals. And there are comments from leaders of almost all of these companies in this news release. And it's really interesting to read through. On one hand, I love the fact that they're telling their story and telling consumers what they stand for. And they're really investing in getting into stores and competing in places that consumers can buy their product and compare it. But there's a hint of maybe a little bit of subtle attack on conventional, and not from everyone, but from some. And I really don't think it has to be an either or. I think they can both exist in the market very easily.
I mean, early on, we even saw, the founder of Plenty talking about, the perhaps not the kindest words for outdoor farming, but that's where we're going. I mean, where are we going with this? How much demand are they creating for their product? How much space are they going to get at retail? They need to have a strategy for this because it's a crowded shelf right now, and they're going to have to work for it.
But more stores are giving more space to the produce department and perishables and perimeter, and there's no reason that can't keep growing. And if there has to be losers in this, it should be the bad food, not competing for space within the produce department.
Right, right. I mean, we don't have to have a finite space for produce. We can have a finite space for chips. Have you seen how much room chips take up? Come on, folks.
There's too much.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the programming and the expo tomorrow from the Southeast Produce Council Southern Innovations to learn what's new. But until then, that's it for the Produce Reporter Week in Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter newsletter, you need to go to producebluebook.com and sign up. And I admire the restraint. I know. The restraint of all the people standing around. No hecklers.
That's good. Are you going to get downtown and see some country music?
Probably not. I'm flying home tomorrow. I got soccer this weekend.